Hello, this is a video about my league starter, which was the plant sandwich, or the plant-based skills, all of them, on the new Sand Jin Sorcerer Ascendancy. I think that people have slept on this Ascendancy a lot because it came out so close to release and people were really hyped about Druid, and they failed to realize just how obscenely broken this Ascendancy is. And in this video, I'm going to just talk a bit about the league start, all of the gems and stuff, what I used early. I have some clips going over the gems, Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not going to be a fully written or fleshed out build guide yet, but I will have that up, a full written and video guide, as I typically do. But for now, this is what I'm going to put out because I'm just so excited that this build is performing so well. Now, just look at the tiers of these mods. As you can see, at the end game, you are going to have a staff that has like 450% increased damage on your prefixes, and then like +7 gem levels, and your crit suffixes are going to be in the hundreds and a gigantic amount of cast speed. In addition to this, you can also hold a focus, and that is where the magic sauce is, because you can hold an effigy of cruelty in your offhand, and this gives you basically permanent 10 crit weakness, which is 10 base crit on everything, just permanently. Look at something like Blood Mage last patch, which is one of the best ascendancies in the game last patch, and its best node is that 15% base crit. It also has really good recovery and some good defenses built in, but that base crit is the shining star of the show there, and that is because just the way that you scale builds in this game right now is it's basically just all crit. If you want to scale a build super hard into endgame in this game, you are going crit. And the biggest problem with crit in this game is that base value. The crit increased chance for critical strike chance nodes are equal to or lower than the crit damage bonus nodes. This makes it incredibly difficult to get your actual crit chance to be at or near 100% compared to something like PoE 1, where it's the exact opposite. You know, you get like 5 times the value of increased crit compared to crit multi. So that is why having base crit in this game just makes a insane difference. We're taking our plant skills from their 10 base crit up to 20 with the crit weakness, and it's just completely insane. So I have been flying throughout the early campaign in this build. I cruised throughout everything and going to bed in T15s. Made a little mistake early with my gem choices. I think it would be better to go Essence Strain, Contagion over the Bone Cage. I just wanted to stay on the physical skills thing, but I think you just go Entangle, Essence Strain, and I think those are the gems that you use for the majority of Act 1 up until you get the Thunderstorm ability at skill gem level 5, which starts empowering your entangles, and that is where it really starts to shine. From that point on, I was just cruising throughout the campaign with just Entangle and the Thunderstorm, basically. I was using Essence Strain early on for just a little bit of extra single target, up until we get the Vine skill at skill gem 9, and that is where the single target is all done, and then you drop Essence Strain, and you don't even need the Essence Strain, really, but yeah. Popping into game real quick, this is our character here. I'm going to bed at level 80 on the plant sandwich, and this is what we're working with. So again, I'm doing all plant skills. We start with Entangle. I have Branching Fissures, Accelerated Growth, Armor Break 2, Heft, Thrashing Vines, Brutality 2, Prolonged Duration 2, Considered Casting, Thunderstorm, Advancing Storm, Prolonged Duration 2, Magnified Area 2. Spell Totem I've been playing around with, but it's really not doing anything. I'm completely ignoring it right now, but I have Entangle and Accelerated Growth, again not using it. For right now, I have Blasphemy in with Enfeeble, Ritualistic Cursed, Mag Area, and then I'm testing Barkskin. This is not doing anything right now, but I am planning on trying out some Armor/Energy Shield hybrids. I'm first going to test out using the new keystone, which is Scarred Faith. This is 5% of physical damage prevented, recouped as energy shield per enemy power. And that is going to be 1 for normal, 2 for magic, 5 for rare. So it'll be 5% for normals, 10% for magics, 25 for rares, and 20 or 100% of fizz recoup for uniques, prevented recoup. Now, I don't know how good this is really going to be. It seems kind of bad, honestly, but I do want to give it a test out. It prevents your energy shield recharge and your regeneration, and you can't regen above your armor. That's fine, but the no recharge and no regeneration is a gigantic downside. I don't know if this keystone is going to be good at all, honestly. Again, it seems kind of bad to me, but I'm also after that going to immediately try what is more in the ascendancy here, which is these two nodes. -1 base recharge delay and 40% more recharge on low life, along with Sacred Rituals, which is 40% of your current energy shield is added to your armor. Now, that is where I think that this node should end in wording, but it goes on to say to your armor for determining your physical damage reduction from armor. That is some really weird wording there. I don't know if this changes how this works in some kind of way, because how I read it is it's just 60% of your current energy shield is added to your armor, and it ends there, which is really bad because its current energy shield is added to your armor. So unless you are regenning or like almost always on full energy shield, you're going to be caught with your pants down, with your energy shield down, and you're going to have none of this bonus armor. So that is why I kind of want to try out this first, and then if that's bad, then go try this, and maybe somehow this is good. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try it. Endgame, I really think that the time loss jewels are gonna end up being super duper crazy. Time loss jewels are already completely broken, and having 40% increased radius on them in certain slots on the tree is going to be crazy. Right now for my tree, it doesn't look too good, but reworking this into that could be a ton of crit damage. I tried these Jin nodes. I tried both of these. Originally, I thought the Sand Jin is going to be really OP because it just applies crit weakness. In the video, I saw it, and you can use this on bosses, actually, and it will get you your 10 crit weakness stacks. It does require you to press an extra button, but it doesn't apply to any of your clear unless you are pressing that button for stuff like rares or whatnot. The Fire Jin is just, it's a minion, so you can't really scale its damage as a caster, so I dropped that pretty quickly. The star of the show is 100% the Instruments of Power, which again gives you a staff while wielding a focus. And here I have a pretty nice staff. I got a base. I bought the base for this, the blue base with the increased spell fizz damage and the +6 on it for like 10x. I got a pretty good deal, and then I just threw a greater essence of sorcery at it, and then desecrated, slammed once, and then desecrated a suffix. Keep in mind, though, looking at the tiers of these mods, this is a tier 5, tier 3, tier 2, basically, staff. This goes to 450% increased damage. It is going to be such an obscene amount of damage once you're done here. Again, with an effigy of cruelty, and then I just have some really terrible rares on with just some life and some res that I scraped together for a couple of exalts. And then I'm trying out the bushwhacks right now for the physical damages pinning. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these around, but I'm going to keep trying them and see just how it goes. My amulet's okay. It's a +1 with some life and a low res on there. I made it into T15s after about how long was I playing today? 15 hours. Not all of that. A lot of that was playing with the mechanic and stuff and talking to chat, helping people out and whatnot. But I am in T15s now, and I'm clearing them quote-unquote comfortably. Defenses are not set up yet at all, but the damage is definitely there. And I'm telling you, this is going to get completely crazy. It is going to get crazy. It's as simple as that. It's just the damage is going to be so crazy when you get on a staff with that much damage. My crit is like terrible right now. I do not have it set up at all. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be staying over here. I might end up coming down here to these crit nodes here, and here, and all of that. But I have a clip that I will show showing the leveling tree I used and how I progressed through it, along with all of the gems act by act and stuff before I have the full written and endgame video up. Okay, this is my tree at the start of maps. Come out here, up here, up here. Grab this, come over here. Grab all of this, come over here. Grab this, come here, grab this. Then you start grabbing some cast speed here, and here, and here. And then you can grab these crit nodes. Oh, you take this immediately. Before you even come over here, you take this immediately. And then you start picking up crit nodes and stuff at the end. That's a tree at the end of maps. Really, what my supports were. This is what my gems were at end of Act 1. Is Entangle with Upheaval, Brutality, Bone Cage with Spell Cascade, ideally Brutality, Essence Drain, Swift Affliction, Zenith, Thunderstorm with Coursing Current. That doesn't really do anything, I think. I think you go Overabundance, and then maybe Prolonged Duration or Increased AoE. Contagion, Unleash, Arctic Armor. Act 2 gems is Entangle, Upheaval, Accelerated Growth, Armor Break, Thunderstorm, Coursing Current. Coursing Current doesn't really do anything. You can replace this with something else. I don't know what. Prolonged Duration, Magnified Area, Vulnerability, Heightened Curse, Focus Curse. Essence Drain for just a tiny bit of extra single target with Swift Affliction, Zenith, and Arctic Armor. Again. Okay, the end of Act 3 gems. Entangle, Branching Fissures 1, Accelerated Growth, Armor Break 2, Thrashing Vines, Brutality 2, Prolonged Duration 2, Considered Casting, Thunderstorm, Coursing Current doesn't do anything, change it out for something else. Prolongation 1, Magnified Area, playing around with Spell Totem, it doesn't really do anything, but Blasphemy is being used with Enfeeble, Ritualistic Curse. Essence Drain doesn't do anything, take it out. Okay, gems at the start of maps. Entangle, Branching Fissures 2, Accelerated Growth, Armor Break 2, Thrashing Vines, Brutality 2, Prolonged Duration 2, Considered Casting, Thunderstorm, Advancing Storm, Prolonged Duration 2, Mag Area 2. Spell Totem is literally not being used at all, but I have it slapped in here. I wouldn't pay attention to any of this. It has Entangle and Accelerated Growth, but I'm not even using it. Blasphemy, Enfeeble, Ritualistic Curse, and Mag Area 2. Essence Drain doesn't mean anything. This is out. I'm not using it at all. So let me take that out at this point. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to bed. If you like this video, please leave it a like, and if you want to see more updates to this builds I do in the future, subscribe now. I'm live every single day on Twitch/PathofKY. I am playing this. I'm going to be live for another 15 hours tomorrow, and I'm going to keep progressing this build. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to figure everything out. In a few days, I'm going to have a full written endgame and leveling guide out, and everything will be all smoothed out. I'm going to keep playing it, and then we'll have several updates after that. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games.
Subscribe now and like the video.